In this video, we will be working with matrices and vectors and operations to dilate a square, the one right here, so that its center stays the same. Now you'll notice that I have diagonals in here in the square so that I can get the center point nicely. You don't have to have this center point. I think it just helps to see what's going on. Three things we're going to do. First, we're going to translate the square to the origin so that its center is at the origin. Then we are going to dilate the square. Notice the center is still at 0, 0. And then we are going to translate the square back over. So now it is dilated. So let's see the operations. First thing is I'm going to put the center first, 2, 1. Again, you don't need this. It's just nice to have so you can see where it's going. -2, 3, -2, -5, 6, -5, and 6, 3. This gets a little annoying because we cannot just add a vector to it. We're going to move the square up by 1 and to the left by 2. So that would be -2, 1. There's no matrix operation that you can put into your calculator that will make this work. So I'm going to show you a sample calculation of 1 point to -1 plus -2, 1, and that gets us to 0, 0. I'm going to do one more point, this one right here, -2, 3. So -2, 3 plus -2, 1, and that is going to be -4, 4. Let's come over here, and you can see each of these green points goes up by 1 and to the left by 2 via the sample calculations we have here. So now the next thing we're going to do, and on this one, you can multiply all the points. So we have 3, 0, 0, 3, that is our dilation matrix, times 0, 0, -4, 4, -4, -4, 4, -4, and 4, 4. Now, first sample calculation, 3 times 0 plus 0 times 0, 0 times 0 plus 3 times 0. That gets us 0 and 0. 3 times -4 plus 0 times 4, that is -12. 0 times -4 plus 3 times 4, that is +12. So let's do the rest of these. Then that is going to get us -12, -12, +12, -12, and then 12, 12. And that gets us to here. So now that we've got the matrix dilated, and again, for a dilation matrix, you have to be centered at 0, 0. Now we're going to move them all over 2 and 1 down, over 2, 1 down, over 2, 1 down. Again, unfortunately, you can't do this as a matrix operation on your calculator. There is a way to do it, which we're going to do in another video. 12 and then 12, and then plus 2, -1. So we're going to have to take each point and move it over to the right and down by 1. Given us that the center is 2, -1, the first point is -10, 11. The second point that we've been using is -10, -13. And then we have 14, -13. Then we have 14, 11. And you'll notice again, I have the diagonals here so that we can see the center point. You don't have to do that. That just makes it easier to see. So again, from here to here, we have translation. From here to here, we have a dilation. And then from here to here, we have another translation. And that's how this is done. Now, there is a way to do this where you can just do matrix multiplication, and that is what we are going to do in the next video.